what sales really is the transfer of emotion. That's what's happening when you sell. You're transferring emotion. And the primary emotion that you're transferring is the emotion of certainty. In other words, watch this. You as a salesman, when you enter the encounter, you have to be absolutely certain that your product is the best, makes sense, it's gonna give them the best benefits out there, the best value proposition and so forth, and you are in this state of absolute certainty. So imagine now we have a continuum of certainty, a line of certainty. So we have this line of certainty, and on one side of the equation we have what's called a 1, and the other side we have a 10. So a 10 represents a state of absolute certainty, meaning your product is the best thing since sliced bread. It's gonna give them exactly what they want benefit-wise. It's the best deal for the money. It's gonna make them feel the whole thing, right? It is just absolutely awesome. That's a 10 on the certain scale. It is great, the best thing since sliced bread. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have what's called a 1, right? Which is, it's the worst piece of shit in the world, right? It's crap, right? Your product is terrible. It's not going to work. Okay, the benefits don't match up what they need. It's overpriced. I don't even want to be near this piece of crap because I'll just feel stupid even buying it or even thinking about buying it. That's a 1, right? So here's the first thing you need to understand: that the moment you open up your mouth to speak as a salesperson, you start a sale, the question is this: where is the average prospect, the person you're trying to sell to? Where are they on the certainty scale at the beginning? Anyone know? Where are they? Who the knows? You must be in this state of absolute certainty, because what's happening is this: what you're doing when you're selling is everything that you say, everything that you do, every tonality you use, every gesture you make, every document you hand them, every phrase that comes out of your mouth are all designed to do one simple thing: to essentially raise the prospect's level of certainty to as close to his 10 as possible. That's what you're doing. The words that you say, the presentation that you make, the tonalities that you use, any documents you have, sales aids, whatever it might be, is all designed to take them from where they are on the certainty scale and move them to as close to where you are as possible. Essentially, you're transferring your white-hot certainty to someone who's at a cooler level, at a lower level of certainty. It's almost like this first law, or I think it's actually the second law of thermodynamics in physics, right? And you study physics. Energy always flows from hot to cold, not the other way around. So you need to be at this white-hot level of certainty. It's exuding out of you, every pore that you have. And we know what certainty feels like and sounds like. We intuitively know as salespeople, and our prospects know as well. We know when someone sounds certain and they have confidence and they're enthusiastic. We know what that looks like, feels like, and sounds like.
Angry, pissed off, negative, unresourceful state, you can't do anything well. You've had one of those days, for instance, where everything you're doing, you're like, I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I did that. I'm such a fool, right? You had that day? We've all had that day.
Yeah.
Next day, similar situation, you're like, wow, that was me. I did a really great job, right? You were perfect. So one day you're brilliant. Next day, same situation, you're brutal. That's not talent. That's not ability. That's the state that you're in. So the key to success is not just to have your vision, but to be able to manage the way you feel in the moment. Now, if you're a parent, what's the most resourceful state? Patience. If you're a businessman looking to make money on Wall Street, it's probably certainty.
Yep.
Or courage, because fear is the worst emotion of all for being a trader on Wall Street. So every business has different states that you need to master. Now, in most businesses, in matters of wealth, there's three states that you need to master to be able to trigger at a moment's notice. And it's easy to do once you learn how, which is what I teach people, okay? And number 1 is certainty. To be certain about what you're doing. The second one is clarity. To be clear, not to be overwhelmed, which the opposite would be overwhelmed. And the third is courage.